As far back as I can remember, CS has been the game for me. From fooling around in servers to desperately trying to emulate Scream and getting those headshots. Well, today, I finally cracked part of that code. The discovery I've made has just been laying out there, staring us right in the eye, and it's almost laughable how clear it is to me now. Regardless of which tech FPS game you play, I did this through experiments, so this would be based on facts and not just my feelings. But to understand how this experiment even worked in the first place, you must understand the differences we have in our aim. Some people learn slow, but keep that skill for a longer time. Others, like me, learn fast. The same day, the same hour, it's second nature to us. Yet somehow the next day, very little of it actually sticks. It's how I've always been, and from talking to a lot of you guys, I know it's common to drop a game for a day or two and suddenly just be awful. That brings me to what I found. I loaded up kovaaks as any other day, and I played my fundamental playlist as I normally do, but I wasn't happy with the results. Something about today just didn't scratch it. I was becoming fed up. I needed more. And this thirst for more is ultimately what drove this discovery. So after I've been deathmatching a while in CS, I booted up 15 minutes of static. I spammed 3 scenarios, 5 minutes each, and then simply went back into CS. And my shots, unsurprisingly, started hitting a lot more. I was more stable, more confident, more secure in my aim. But if you think that's the discovery, you're wrong. I'm taking you guys through each step I did, so hopefully my methods can be replicated by you. And before I move on to my second point, if you enjoyed this sort of analysis, consider getting actual professional aim coaching for over 10 years of FPS experience in my Discord. Moving on. Even with static, moving targets were still an issue for me. So I loaded up dynamic, same settings, same style, 3 scenarios, 5 rounds. And when I went into the game, not much changed. Not as much as I hoped, at least. I mean, you're seeing the results on screen right now. Sure, I had my good moments and my bad moments, but overall, I felt just a slight improvement and not at all what I hoped for, not what I expected. Finally, that brings me to my point, what I've been dying to tell you guys. So much so that I wrote this script in about 15 minutes. What changed my aim from the ground up was target switching. I loaded up kovaaks, 3 scenarios, 5 rounds, but not any type of target switching, larger targets. Part of me doesn't exactly know why this works, but I theorize it's because of the freedom target switching allows you to move. Static has its constrictions, dynamic has its difficulty. Target switching just has this free flow movement of the mouse, allowing us to flick and move as we want with little punishment. Now I know what you're thinking, there's no target switching in tacky FPS. Why would I play this? Well, I've been trying to say it for years, but I don't think anybody's really hearing me out. So I decided to show you guys. Target switching isn't switching, and it never has been. It's just flicking, but freely. You're not limited, you're not constrained by speed. Flicking in games like CS is purely reactional. You react, pretty, not pretty, your only goal is to kill the target, and that requires speed. But speed isn't a cheap date you can take out and bang the next day. Speed requires you to be comfortable with speed, to get to know it, because speed is a part of every single one of the flicks you do. In all games you play, you simply flick and hope you hit the shot. Static isn't like that. Static has rules because it's meant for you to hit that first shot. The difference is sort of like trying to hit a deagle shot in CS or trying to hit a spray in COD. One requires you to take more time to hit the tap, and the other simply for you to be comfortable with it. The way of speed flicking makes it so you create mistakes. These mistakes means you must micro-adjust, and in time, you won't need to adjust at all because you're realizing where your targeting crosshair is and isn't quicker than you used to. Speed helps visual reaction time. In-game, my aim felt snappier than before. I hit shots I never thought I'd hit. One taps felt like second nature, and I often find myself not bursting, not spraying and randomly hitting the head, but tapping accurately. If I was on target, my body would simply fire a single bullet and then stop when it's needed. So yeah, for those of you wondering what's the solution, 15 minutes of static coupled with 15 minutes of speed target switching and throw in a couple of dynamic scenarios here and there. My routine looked something like this. If you like this video, try it out yourself. See how it feels for you. If you like this sort of experiment and want to see more, be sure to hit that sub and like button and consider joining my aim coaching on our Discord. Done.